Welcome, guys. Welcome, North Texas Cannabis Entrepreneur Group. It's Dalton, your host right now, and we have a really special guest. Definitely special to me. It's Kris Taylor, and
Well, that's kind.
yeah. If you don't know him, you certainly will because he's been helping pioneer Texas cannabis reform and Texas business for a while. Kris, how about you tell the North Texas Cannabis Group about yourself? You are from Plano.
I am. Well, that's kind of you. Thank you. And I think the let's see, from Texas, obviously, through and through, and you know, didn't get quite as far as I had hoped with where things are in Texas, and it's a continuous fight. And luckily, you and everyone with the group are there, still fighting that good fight. And now I'm here in California working on business now. So the big thing for me is trying to support everyone back home in Texas as much as I can, while you know, hopefully building a successful company out here and getting to leverage that back into creating change in Texas. So,
No, no, we
we got some
definitely
work
need
to
that.
do.
No, no, I mean all the people in the Texas industry. I say we all look on the national stage on who's leading by example, what we can do to get in. So before I ask you how to talk to the national cannabis companies and folks, why don't you tell us a little about Lumen and the company you're trying to build?
Sure, yeah. So Lumen makes cold pressed regenerative hemp elixirs. It's a mouthful, so I'll break it down. You know, we make elixirs using industrial hemp grown in Oregon, and we are the first and only company in the country cold pressing the plant into a juice. So we combine it with other nutrient dense fruits and vegetables and adaptogenic herbs to make functional blends. We're actually launching here in about 2 weeks on the Indiegogo for a crowdfunding campaign. And the whole purpose behind that is to essentially democratize the access to hemp and its functionality to people in a way that they're already familiar with consuming products. So, hemp elixirs, they come in a 2 ounce shot form. So there's other wellness shots out there on the market, and we wanted to present hemp in a way that people are kind of familiar with already. Um, and that's Lumen in a nutshell. There's a lot more I could talk about it, but I guess probably the thing that motivates me the most too with the company is we grow our hemp using beyond organic farming, regenerative agriculture. So not only are we getting hemp to people, but we're also doing it in a way that is the cleanest, most nutritious way possible.
Well, just so you know, and so the folks can hear, like whenever you introduced yourself as a soil nerd, my eyes just lit up. It's like that's exactly what we need. The people, for some context, people you're talking about the soil, you're talking about regenerative agriculture. Me personally, like once you started using that, I followed the hashtag on Instagram, and now I'm seeing all kinds of regenerative
Awesome.
ag and
Right on.
exposed to the movement that you're trying to push too, because we take care of the soil, we take care of the earth, is going to take care of us. Vice
Oh,
versa.
100%. Well,
Um,
obviously, you've been paying attention really well and learning on your own, because that's a message that I personally am trying to spread, and we're really pushing to spread with our company and be a college for consumers, not only on hemp but on soil. You know, the food is only as healthy as the soil is.
right.
So if you have soil that is dead, your food is going to be dead and nutritionless. Which, there's plenty of studies. Feel free to shoot me an email. You can email Dalton and ask for my email, but
No,
there's
we're getting
plenty
your
of studies
social
showing that.
handles. No, we're gonna get your
All right,
social
thank
handles on this email because people, most likely have questions like somebody, leading by example. Personally, like full disclosure, I was lucky enough to have the Lumen at the Austin Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference that Lumen pitched at, and it's
hmm
delicious. It's still
Thank you.
cold. We were fumbling around at the end. The stragglers were in there just passing it around like, until it was all gone.
It's a
Um,
hot commodity right
it
now.
was. It
The
was.
limited samples.
You guys, we had to wait to bust it out until half the people had left. Everybody run up on the juice. You got to get the judges the juice first. Um,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, I really love the everything Lumen stands for and what you guys are providing
Thank
the
you.
community. Um, you,
Thanks, man.
with Lumen going through the Gateway Incubator and also pitching in front of ArcView, what advice could you
Hmm.
give entrepreneurs that are scared of those entities that say, "How do I talk to them? What can I do? What
Hmm.
what what advice would you have for them?"
Find a mentor. Um, I am 25 years young, and my business experience is limited. I was fortunate enough to grow up in an entrepreneurial family, and I got to learn from that. But I got a degree in biology. I'm not a trained businessman, and so mentorship has been the number one biggest resource I have had out there. That's what Gateway has an accelerator provided, along with some investment. But to get to those people, you have to be somewhat put together. You got to have a business plan. You got to have, a 3 year, 3 to 5 year pro forma, an expectation on the money in and money out, the expenses. You got to have some market validation. So I'd say the number one piece of advice is find a mentor, ideally in a space that's kind of similar to what you've done, and learn from their mistakes, learn from their advice, run stuff by them, be an open book to them, and they will shoot it straight with you. Don't find a mentor that's going to be all fluffy. Oh, the world is sunshine and rainbows. Find a mentor that's going to, tell you straight what's going on and what you need to fix and why you suck here and why you're doing great there. And then on top of that, I'd say cheaply test out your idea. And by that, I mean, make sure that people are actually into it. If it's an app, make a wireframe online and have people kind of walk through it and test it. People who you think would actually be testing it. For us, our demographic that we are working toward selling our product to is millennials that are eco-conscious, affluent, educated, that are active and healthy. They love the outdoors. And so when we do changes on our website, we go and sit down with a random group of those people and say, hey, what do you think about this website? And we don't preface it with anything else other than that. We take our product and we make some samples. We have them test it. We get feedback. There's ways you can get feedback without ever having to spend $50,000 to test out your product.
So for the cannabis consultants in other states, they're charging, $5,000 to $10,000 retainer fees. You don't think that's a wise thing to do? That's not where you should spend all your capital up front.
Well, it's interesting. There's such a wide range of knowledge in this industry, and some people have been in it longer than others. Some people learn faster than others. Some of these consultants are smoke and mirrors. Some of these consultants are great. Before I ever paid anyone a penny, what I would do is say, hey, I need to talk to some referrals, and dig deep. It's every right that you have to talk to someone who's been a past client of someone before you write them a multi-$1,000 check. There's definitely a lot of BS out there, and especially in the cannabis space. With this product that we're doing with Lumen, it's in the hemp space. So we're fortunate enough to kind of bridge the gap between cannabis and food and beverage. And food and beverage is a little industry than cannabis, but my first job out of college was in the cannabis space, and I saw that all the time. I saw lawyers charging $30,000 for a job that someone could do for a couple grand. It's definitely some BS.
It's
so
definitely
I would say
definitely some potential.
Talk to previous clients.
No, that's good. Always get a letter of rec. I mean, you got to learn that early. Learn it the easy way or hard way. I just got a couple more questions for you. I was looking. You mentioned the hemp. What was your favorite thing about working on the hemp farm?
Oh man. Well, at this time, there's three of us as co-founders, myself, Yasser, and Jacob. And right now we go up to Oregon every weekend and we're on the farm. We have our hands in the soil. We have our hands on the plants. Until we grow, we're going to be doing this a lot on our own. And so we go up there and we harvest the plants ourselves. We cold press juice the plants ourselves. We formulate everything. We bottle it ourselves. And, we've got the supply chain set up to scale out of that with, co-manufacturers and all the other types of things you want to do as you scale. But being on the farm versus being here in Oakland or in the Bay, it's such a big change. It's kind of a mental reset, and it's kind of just, clean air and open space. It's good for the mind, that's for sure. The city's great for meeting people and moving quickly and getting ideas, but nothing beats nature. So definitely love it out there.
Definitely awesome. I know I always want to see all the cannabis companies in California, just with the scenery as well. It's just it's pretty phenomenal.
Especially up there in the Emerald Triangle. It's gorgeous.
It's like the Muir Woods, everything up there. People that don't know it, Google it. Like, you'll wonder why this is like where the best cannabis is grown. Like,
we should start a tour company.
I mean, maybe we should. Well, I'd seen Coach Freddie's podcast. Coach Freddie roams around, going to all the hemp events. I'd love to do that. If anybody hears this, like, we just need a van.
There you go.
So plug. This is I want to get your social media handles, but one question, the last one I got for you. You've had exposure to a lot of national attention and obviously you're from Texas. I'm assuming you still claim us as your home state. What
Oh,
is your
never would I
perception?
change that.
Oh, hey, I'm just messing with you. You know, California air, you know what it does to you.
Oh,
Oh, so
I've got friends here. I won't speak about it.
what do you think people's perception is, or business leaders' perception is, on what Texas brings to the market, or just if we're ever going to go our act together? You know what, and to couple with that, like what can Texans do to make ourselves more of a force to be reckoned with while we're in this dark age?
So, a couple things. I'd say the people are definitely looking at Texas. Their eyes on Texas 100%. I mean, there's 30 million people that live there. There's huge market opportunity with 30 million people. That there's a huge patient pool that really need access to this plant.
That's just
And
the
so,
documented Texas. We got way more people
oh,
that are going to need to medicate themselves,
yeah,
and
definitely.
they can
So,
consume Lumen Juice.
exactly. It's funny. I catch myself in the business world talking about market size and the potential, all this other kind of stuff, and that's definitely there. But when you talk about the access to this plant,
Hmm.
there's, I mean, I've got family members that use this. My cousin
Hmm.
Robert Head, Blue Cord Farms.
Shout out, big league.
Yeah, he was able to, create this cannabis company and use it to help treat his PTSD and his different kind of bodily related ailments from war. There's millions upon millions of Texans. I honestly believe every single person has a use for cannabis or hemp in their life somehow.
Absolutely.
Uh,
At least through the duration of life. If you don't need it when you're 20, you might you might want to reevaluate it, when you hit your
exactly,
100th birthday.
exactly. And hemp will get you there.
Hemp will get you there.
Maybe you never know. But
I love the hemp side of it. Well, I appreciate your perspective. Because I have no idea where we're going to release this. Where can people find you? How do you like to
yeah,
communicate with people that want to communicate with you?
yeah. Personal social media is at Kris.Texas, KRIS.Texas. Our company social media is at Drink Lumen, LUMEN. Yeah, DM us on there and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you talking to us like this. Is there any advice you have, just last second, for the Dallas group? There's a lot of people that we didn't think
Mm,
Dallas had a market. We had 80 to 100 people at our last event, so it's like these are the people that are looking for people like yourself. Give us some motivation, get us out there.
definitely. I would say put yourself out there and see what you can build now and start making connections. I met Daulton in Dallas through a mutual connection of Texans, and I got involved with the Texas Cannabis Industry Association right there in Dallas. I got involved with um, this company that I currently, helped co-found. I was in Texas when I found this opportunity. Do not wait for the industry to come to you because it's all around us. We have the internet at our fingertips, and so just
Yes,
start building. There's
yes.
nothing to stop you. So just put yourself out there, start making connections, and be creative and problem solve, and you'll figure something out.
No, no, that's phenomenal advice, Gary via internet. Blue Cord Farm's a perfect example of that. Just making it happen straight from North Texas, Maine. It is what it is.
Definitely.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with us, Kris. And I'm really looking forward to talking to you more soon.
Of course,
And
man.
let us
Call me
know,
anytime.
yeah, let us know when you're in Dallas, man. I know there's a lot of folks that would like to meet you.
Yeah, definitely. If we weren't bootstrapping this thing as much as we
Yeah,
are, I'd love to have a launch party there in
yeah,
Dallas. But we'll definitely bring some Lumen back and share it with everyone.
absolutely, absolutely. We'll be the secondary headquarters to Lumen if you'll have us.
Hey, you guys crushed that December event. I wish I
Uh,
could join you.
no,
That's gonna be awesome.
no, yes, sir. I'm excited to talk about it. Appreciate it, Kris, and tell Yasser and the team I said what's up.
Alrighty, thanks, guys.
All right, see ya.
Bye.